Hey! Is the noon train on time?
Supposed to be.
Feels like it's time.
Yeah.
BBN Jackfruits. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. We have a lot to talk about today. I actually was going through some of the content that we're going to discuss today, and we might have to just do 2 shows today because I generally don't want to do a 3 to 4 hour show. I think yesterday we did about a 2-hour show, but generally speaking, I do not want to do a 3 to 4 hour show like, you know, regular content, like if we doing video gaming or something like that, or if I got people on the live with me, then I don't have an issue. But generally speaking, I prefer not to do long shows like that. I got my own reasons. So I have so much content today to discuss and talk about that we're probably going to do 2 shows today. I'm not 100% sure. And the only reason why I say that is because we coach football. So today there's practice. So we trying to get into coaching some basketball around here also. But right now we coach football, as y'all all know, Coney Island Sharks. And today is a work day. So with that being said, before we even get to the show, I want to show y'all a clip that I find extremely interesting. And I'm giving people opportunity to come into the chat, by the way. We're giving people opportunity to get here. So I want to show y'all a clip real quick because it really resonates with me. And I just want to say something real quick before I show the clip. This is not about our content. This is just a clip that I found interesting. So I'm an introvert, but people can't tell because I'm also charismatic. So I run into a ton of problems in the real world with people thinking that I have an issue, or I'm angry, or I'm something. I'll be nothing. I just be sitting there minding my business. What happens is us introverts, we have a battery life. So there's only about so much outside we want to deal with in any given day. I'm going to let this guy explain it because I think he does a really
you got to
good
separate
job.
two.
And I'm going to let y'all hear this real quick, and then we're going to get to the show.
Here's how you know somebody is an introvert. And this goes back to a simple theory from Oscar Wilde, who basically argued that being an introvert should be considered a virtue, not a vice. As he put it, it is the art of idleness. And he said that every university should teach the importance of being alone, being self-sufficient and happy. Schopenhauer once argued that the most intelligent people are natural introverts. Jules Renard once said that introversion was simply the joy of resting before you get tired. Like you want to recharge your batteries. Kafka once said that an enjoyment of solitude is the crown of all virtues, as he put it, but also the beginning of all vice. And what he meant is that introverts walk a fine line between being alone and happy at home, but also risking social isolation. In fact, I think that a sign that somebody is introverted is that they feel most themselves when they are alone, when they're at home. But they also like being with other people. It's not an absolute. And so being an introvert is a virtue, not a vice. Intelligent people tend to be introverts. Introverts like to be alone.
What up, Washable Marcus? Salute. Hope everything is going well with you. So I wanted to show that clip today because I'm an introvert. And I'm also the main character. And what I mean by that is, and this absolutely sucks when you're an introvert and you're also the main character. What I mean by that is, when I go places, and it's going to sound conceited, but I promise you, this is what happens. People just look at me and then just decide what I'm doing. Like, I could just be there sitting somewhere doing nothing, and people would just be like, he's staring at me. Like, it's bananas. So I'm constantly, and when I say constantly, I mean maybe 6 out of every 10 conversations explaining to someone that the thing that they're thinking in their head is crazy because I'm not doing that. So that's why I hate going out. That's one of the reasons why I hate going outside. And I just hate doing it. I would love to tell y'all about what happened yesterday, but I'm not. But bananas. People are just bananas. With that being said, let's get to the show. So, Trump's tariffs kick in today, on Tuesday. We're going to talk about Trump's tariffs. But I want to say something first. Remember when we have these tariff conversations? Remember, I'm always telling you, the idea isn't to charge the other companies whatever the amount is. The idea is to get those companies to, one, deal fairly with American businesses. That means allow for American companies to go into their marketplace, into their countries, and sell their goods. A lot of countries do not allow American products to be sold in their country. I don't think people understand this. And I'm not talking about the food, because the food I get. Our food is the food I get. But there's, like, I forgot what country it is. They don't allow our cars to be sold there. Like, there's countries that won't, I think China or some country doesn't allow for our cars to be sold there. I forget what country it is. But there's like a ton of situations that's going on in the business world that make it so that American companies, it's difficult for them to compete with their foreign opposition. So I'm saying all that to say this. Trump start mentioning tariffs. Right? Let me show y'all something. Not that. I'm going to show y'all something else. Trump start mentioning tariffs, right? Check this out. I should move this thing in front of me. This ain't even in front of me. I hate typing to the side. So, Trump starts throwing taxes on people. And now you're trying to tell me that one company right here is going to invest $100 billion in 5 new factories? The thing that I told y'all Trump was trying to do? The literal thing. And this is what I mean by, and I'm not shooting at nobody, just so we can be clear. Let me fix my camera thing. I don't like how that is. Hold on. Let's put that at a 7. So, the thing that I literally told people was gonna happen, happened. But when you talk to these people that just blindly hate Trump, I can't stress this enough. I cannot stress this enough. My belief is that since Americans have been taught to blindly hate Trump, you could convince them to do anything against their best interest. I'll prove this later, just so we can be clear. But you could convince them of doing anything against their best interests because they just hate Trump. They don't care about a better America. They don't care about the homeless. They don't care about people dying. They don't care about none of that. All they care about is making sure that the elected Democrats get rich And that's about it, because that's all that's happening. The Democrats that get elected get rich. Can you tell me anything else that's happening? I can't think of anything else that's happening. And what I mean by that is, what else are they actually doing? Everything that they're doing is pushing the narrative or the ability for them to just get rich and the American people to suffer. Now, I live in a community that have a lot of Ukrainians. Shout out to the Ukrainian people that live around where I live. I live in such nice people. I'm not going to stand here and tell you that they aren't racist Ukrainians. Hell, there's racist black people. I know black people that want to destroy other black people. Just so we can be clear about what I'm talking about. Every black person that lives in your neighborhood that walks around all day talking about how much they hate their brother, they're worse than a racist. Every black person in your neighborhood that walks around gossiping on each other, they're worse than a racist. I get it, most people don't understand that. But these people are worse than racist. First of all, most racists don't even know where you live. Just so we can be clear. These black people in our neighborhoods are worse than racists. That's why I don't never want to talk about race. No immediate future do I want to talk about racism. I don't even want to discuss it. It's just a distraction. Why every time the Democrats get called out on something and it's proven that they're incorrect about something or they don't know what they're talking about, the first thing they do is either scream racism or sexism? Explain that to me. Matter of fact, I'll explain it to you. Because racism, as we knew it, doesn't exist anymore. Racism does exist. Don't get this confused. It's not really racism no more. I think we need to give it a new name. For the reason that I explained earlier. Black people use racism against other black people more than any race of people on the planet use racism against us. Period. Not even close. So I live in a neighborhood with a ton of Ukrainians. Shout out to them. I enjoy their company. No people deserve what is happening in their country. No people deserve that. No people deserve to get kidnapped off the street and forced into war. And just so we can be clear, a lot of these people they kidnapping is like 15 years old, 16 years old. And then not only are they forcing them into the war, they forcing them to the front line. So they're literally just sending them into the meat grinder to die. Check out what Zelenskyy said.
Here's how you know
Just
somebody
add
is
a little bit more gravitas to what we're talking about. Check out what Zelenskyy said.
The U.S. will have to send their sons and daughters exactly the same way as we are sending their sons and daughters to war. And they will have to fight because it's NATO that we're talking about, and they will be dying.
So, I'm going to let y'all hear that one more time. Just one more time. Come on. One more time.
The U.S. will have to send their sons and daughters exactly the same way as we are sending their sons and daughters to war. And they will have to fight because it's NATO that we're talking about, and they will be dying.
So now, you heard what Zelenskyy said, right? You heard what he said, right? Now, I want you to just see what the people who you vote for say about Zelenskyy. Oh, Zelenskyy, that's H. Okay, so this was just 22 hours ago. So, also, didn't I tell y'all this? I told y'all this yesterday, right? Didn't we talk about this yesterday? This article came out after we talked about it, just so we could be clear, because this came out at, what the fuck? Oh, it was updated in the middle of the night, but it dropped. Just so we could be clear. Hold on. But it dropped 22 hours ago. So we definitely had, we definitely had our show before this came out. And the reason why I'm saying that is because y'all literally are watching a channel that tell y'all all of the stuff that everybody else is going to tell the rest of the world before they tell the rest of the world. The fallout from the tense Oval Office meeting between President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelenskyy, is it two wise or one? Just took another twist. A report from New York Post suggests that the Democratic lawmakers may have played a role in Zelensky's decision to reject critical mineral deal with the U.S., and the outcome might not be what Ukraine needs right now. So I'll have this discussion real quick, and then we'll move back to what we're talking about. So this is what I think was absolutely going on. So Zelenskyy has two problems. I'll talk about one of them right now. Zelenskyy actually has two problems. I'll talk about one of them right now. The first problem is this. The only reason why he's still the president is because they're at war. The minute they not at war anymore, elections should be held. Okay, I get it. You don't understand why that's important. All right, hold on. Who said it? Trump or Vance? I think Vance said it. Let me get in front of the damn keyboard and put this on my way. It says, what did he say? I'm just gonna write hide in. He ain't say it like this. He didn't say it like this, just so we can be clear. I'm going to find it at some point. If I can't show it to you right now, because I saw it already, just so we can be clear. If I can't show it to you right now, I will find it. So I'll just tell you basically the gist of what I read. And then, until we actually find proof of it, you could take it with a grain of salt. So allegedly, I think it was JD Vance. I'm not 100% sure. But allegedly, there's somebody that's in the White House basically said that they need to set up somewhere for Zelenskyy to be able to go after the deal is made. Because basically, when he's not the president no more, a lot of people are going to be trying to unalive him. Remember, he's been locking up all of his political opponents in the Ukraine. The whole entire party. He's been arresting entire parties in the Ukraine. Just so we can be clear. So there is a belief that he might be in danger when he leaves office. And I believe it was JD Vance that spoke on it. I'm not 100% sure. I hope I find a video again sometime today, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow or later today if we get an opportunity to do a live later today. I'm not 100% sure because, like I said, I do coaching time. I do coaching today. So it's only if we do a Tonight Show late. So with that being said, I'm hoping to see this girl today. With that being said, I don't know why I just said that. Am I going to see her today? I wasn't even thinking about that. Anyway, so in any regard, I don't know if to call those intrusive thoughts or what. I don't know what to call it. It happens to me all the time. Anyway, so I want to be clear on something. I got another point to make. I just want to get through with this point first, if we're clear. When we were told that tariffs was a bad idea, it was from the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party 100, so you can understand what all of this was about. The Democratic Party 100% is backing Zelenskyy. Zelenskyy said that he wants your kids, the American kids, to be sent over to his war to die. How are you voting for these people? Could I get anybody? I know there's a Democrat in here. Can you explain to me how you voting for these people? You're going to say, yo, Trump's a racist. The Democrats want to send your kids to go die. And don't tell me they don't, because they're backing the individual who wants to do it. So y'all won't vote for Trump because he's a racist? Even though he's employing a shitload of black people that he doesn't have to. And we know he's employing a shitload of black people because we always see him with them. Have you ever even been to any of his hotels? Have you ever even been to any establishment that this man owns? It's not whitewashed. I promise you this. They got as many people working in many of these places that English is their second language as they have that English is their first. They have as many melanated people working in these places as they do Caucasians. In most instances, more melanated people. So y'all rather vote for a dude that people are saying is racist. Pardon me. Y'all rather vote for the people that want to go send your kid to die. Your sons and your daughters. But you won't vote. And we know that he'll send your sons and daughters to die because he's sending the sons and daughters of his own country to go die. Just so we could be clear. You're going to have a whole conversation about this EU thing too. Just hold on. I got to get there. He's sending his own people to die in an unnecessary war. My heart goes out to the Ukrainian people. But there's no amount of money that America could send you that's going to solve your problem. You need new management. That's just a fact. So I had a clip, and I don't know if I want to play it today or tomorrow. I think I'm gonna call. I think I'm gonna play it tomorrow. Hold on, what's this? I think I'm gonna play it tomorrow. I'm not gonna play it today. I'm gonna play it tomorrow or tonight. I'm gonna play it tomorrow or tonight, not now. There's a reason for this. Besides, I forgot to cue it up, but now I remember why I didn't cue it up. So I want to be clear about this. Zelenskyy is sending his own people to die in an unnecessary war. I'm going to explain to you about the war real quick so you can get an understanding of what was going on. Ukraine was bombing their own people. Allegedly. Russia steps in. That's how it started. Ukraine literally used, and if I'm remembering correctly what the young lady said, American warplanes to bomb the Ukraine. Putin saw what was happening, already had a beef with them over a whole nother situation, and pulled up. So you trying to tell me Putin pulled up to not only stop the advance of NATO, but to also stop the Ukraine from killing their own people? Let me see if I got the clip. I don't think I got the clip. If I got the clip, I'll play it straight from the phone. I don't got the clip. There was some Ukrainian chick that lived on the border, and she uploaded something to social media, and she was talking about the situation, and she basically explained exactly what happened and how the situation started. So all of that to say this. I know I'm way off on the tariffs. I'm moving away from the tariffs and trying to move back to the tariffs. I need to stay on one thing. I get it. But the reason for this is because I need for you to understand everything the Democrats are doing is against the best interest of the American. Remember, they're trying to depopulate. What do you think Zelenskyy is doing over there in the Ukraine? What do you think they're doing? They've been talking about depopulation for how many years now? 40, 30, 40 years, 50 years? What do you think they're really doing when a war pops up for no reason? And then all of a sudden you hear 30, 40,000, 100,000 people die. What do you think they're really doing? So that's why we're talking about both of these things in conjunction. Because what you need to understand is follow the money. People don't keep that concept alive. Follow the money. So I just want to move back to one thing real quick. And then we're going to... I hate when this happens. What is this? Okay. I don't even like when any of that happens. I'm just leaving that page. That page can do other things. So, right back to the tariffs. We're going to run through this real quick. And then I got something to show you. Trump and TSMU, that's Taiwan Superconductor something, announced a $100 billion plan to build 5 new U.S. factories. Now, what did I tell you about tariffs? Tariffs aren't to make the people pay a lot to ship the goods into America. Tariffs are to force the people to do business in America. So now they're not making money off of the American people. They're actually serving now they're a job. They're giving jobs out to the American people. They're paying the American people. Now it's fair commerce, basically. It's fair. It's a fair interaction. You're employing the people of this country. So now you don't have to pay tariffs on whatever the goods is because you're making the goods in the country rather than importing them. So now they're going to spend $100 billion on 5 new U.S. factories. This is good for America. This is what Trump has just did with tariffs. Because they don't want to pay tariffs. You're going to say, oh, but they didn't say they was going to. I promise you, Trump spoke to them behind the scenes and said, y'all guys got to make good or we got to do something. So the Taiwan Semiconductor, that's what it is. Semiconductor company plans to make a fresh $100 billion investment in the United States. And you're like, you know what? That's kind of dope. Shout out to Trump, right? I always forget how to spell Saudi Arabia. I don't know why. I think it's because I just keep thinking the A goes before the U goes before the A. Saudi Arabia, Trump investment, right? Let's see. So, just so we could be clear, I just want to show you this. Make sure that we're on point with all of this. So, in the matter of less than a month and a damn half, less than a month and a half, Trump has made a deal for $100 billion and made another deal for $600 billion. I need to know why Americans that hate him hate him. Saudi Arabia's crown prince. Is this the dude that y'all remember the clip, the viral clip? It kind of went viral where Trump was walking past one of the Arab princes and he touched them, and he's like somebody nobody's ever supposed to touch. I think this is the guy. In any case, Saudi Arabia's crown prince said the kingdom wants to invest $600 billion in the United States over the next 4 years. Comments that came after President Trump put a price tag on returning to the kingdom as his first foreign trip. Trump's 2017 trip to Saudi Arabia upended a tradition of modern U.S. presidents typically first heading to Canada, Mexico, or the United Kingdom as their first trip abroad. Trump went to where the money at, Saudi Arabia. Now y'all see why he hate them? Why they hate him? It also underscores his administration's close ties to the rulers of oil-rich Gulf states, such as his eponymous real estate. Did I say that right? Eponymous. I said it right.
Eponymous of a person giving their name.
Oh, let's see what it is also, by the way. Giving their name to something. Named after a particular person. Yeah, so it was also underscored his I got like a weird linguistic thing where like I could repeat shit back like almost perfectly sometimes when I hear it. Like it's weird. I can't even explain it. But when people are generally like trying to teach me new languages, especially like not Spanish but like other languages, they usually like really surprised at how hard, like, you know, how close I come to the actual pronunciation or the sound it's supposed to be able to have on the first try. Sometimes I'm terrible, but a lot of times I'm not when I'm focusing. Anyway, Trump's 2017 trip to Saudi Arabia upended the tradition of modern U.S. presidents typically headed first to Canada, Mexico, or the United Kingdom as part of their first trip abroad. It's also underscored his administration's close ties to the rulers of the oil-rich Gulf states, as his eponymous real estate company has purchased real deals across the region as well. I guess the name of the real estate company is Trump's real estate company. I would suspect everything Trump owns is named after him also, just so we could be clear. Shout out to Show Enough. How you doing this morning, my brother? Hope everything is going well with you and yours. The comments from Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. I don't know. See, this is what I mean. Like, that word is so easy to read, but I can't. Reported early Tuesday by the state-run Saudi press agency came in a phone call from Trump. It was Trump's first call with a foreign leader since his inauguration. Monday, the Crown Prince affirmed the kingdom's intention to broaden its investment and trade with the United States over the next 4 years in the amount of $600 billion and potentially beyond that. So I want to be clear about something. How much money did the EU promised Ukraine? Right? It should have. I don't want to talk about this yet. We're about to talk about this in a minute. Not the U.S., the EU. I'm going to do something wrong. They keep saying U.S. Okay, so this is a new deal, but there was a different deal. I'm trying to find it. So basically, allegedly, there was a deal that they said that they just made. Hold on. How you say his name? Starmer? No, that's the name. So, okay, here we go. So, just so we can understand the gravitas UK's Keir Starmer pledges, just so we can understand the gravitas. What up, Rogie? Let me get these things off the side of my screen so I can see everything. So just so we can understand what's going on. Keir Starmer, I think that's how you say his name, pledges $2 billion to help the Ukraine buy missiles. And Trump is busy doing $100 billion deals. He's scraping together $2 billion to help Ukraine buy missiles, which is great. And Trump is busy doing $600 billion deals and $100 billion deals. Which the American public which the American people are going to benefit from. I need to know why we're supposed to hate him. I need an explanation. I need a concise, I need maybe 100-page damn essay. Small print, single spaced. I need all of the understanding why the man that has only been in office, yeah, that is the same guy. That's probably why he's smiling at him. The man who has only been in office for less than a month and a half has gotten the American people a promise $700 billion damn dollars. While the Democrats are busy trying to give our monies away. I need to understand why we're supposed to side with the Democrats over anyone else, just so we can be clear. Because at this point, I think the terrorists have a better idea for us than the Democrats. Because the terrorists just want to take over and make us do what they want us to do. The Democrats want to do all types of fuckery. I'm sorry. Everything the Democrats is up to is just absolute fuckery. Part of my language. Fam! Trump just did a $600 billion. He has not been in office a month and a half. He's done a $600 billion deal and a $100 billion deal. The $100 billion deal is going to bring a shitload of jobs to America. I'm not even sure what the damn $600 million... they probably don't even know. Let me see if they even say what it's for. I think they just giving it to us and then whatever y'all want to do, I guess. I don't know. The Crown Prince affirmed the intention to broaden his investments and trade with the United States over the next 4 years in the amount of $600 billion and potentially beyond that. So it might go up to a damn $1 trillion. The readout did not elaborate on where those investments and trades will be placed. The U.S. in recent years has increasingly pulled away from relying on Saudi oil exports, which once was the bedrock of the relationship for decades. Saudi sovereign wealth funds have taken large stakes in American businesses. We're also looking at sports as well. Saudi Arabia does, however, rely predominantly on U.S.-made weapons and defense systems, which could be part of the investment. Boom. The White House issued a statement acknowledging the call, saying the two leaders discuss efforts to bring stability to the Middle East, bolster regional security, and combat terrorism. Additionally, they discussed the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia's international economic ambitions over the next 4 years, as well as the trade and other opportunities to increase the mutual prosperity of the United States and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The statement said, without elaborating. The Crown Prince, the de facto ruler of the oil-rich kingdom, also spoke with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio earlier Thursday. On Monday, after his inauguration, Trump talked about possibly headed to the kingdom again for his first foreign trip, as he did in 2017. The first foreign trip typically has been to the UK, but I did it with Saudi Arabia last time because they agreed to buy $450 billion worth of our products. Trump told journalists in the Oval Office, if Saudi Arabia wanted to buy $450 billion to $500 billion, we're up for all the inflation. I think I'd probably go. We're all up it for all the what in the hell? We'll up it for all the okay. I know that probably reads different. I don't know why I can't read that. On a potential trip to Saudi Arabia, the White House press secretary Caroline Leavitt told journalists Thursday, "I'm not aware of any plans at this time." So just so we could be clear, Trump is literally making deals that's going to bring a shitload of money to the American people or to America. Now, what's the next thing we're going to talk about real quick? This one more things is, oh fuck, hold on. Yeah, I needed a timer thing. Hold on. No. We talk about it in 2 seconds. Nope. Not ready. Okay, hold on. We're going to talk about that, but I want to see if I got the other thing first. Oh, Casey Anthony and... All right, so we're going to get to... I know what it is. Stops aid. There's another thing, but let's talk about this first. So, Trump has stopped all aid to the Ukraine. All aid. The Ukraine is getting zero aid. I don't think people understand how much money. I don't think people understand how much money okay, I'm gonna back up. I was gonna say how much money, how much of NATO is actually supported by America. So, if America pulls out of NATO, NATO basically doesn't exist anymore. For everybody that don't know, like if America pulls out of NATO, NATO doesn't exist anymore. All right, before we have this conversation about the U.S. military aid, let me explain something. These European countries are only talking about Russia because they standing with the U.S. If they weren't standing with the U.S., they wouldn't be talking about Russia. They need Russia. They need Russia. Okay, so you're going to say they don't need Russia, right? Hold on. Because you know how when I say a thing and then people be like, Jack don't never know what he talking about. Check this out. I just be telling y'all stuff. People be like, Jack don't know what he talking about. He just talking. Hold on. People be like, Jack don't know what he talking about. He just talking. I just be telling y'all stuff. And then it turns out I'm right. And then let's say we're talking about a thing and I say 10 things and I'm right about 8 of the 10 things I said. Factually. The other 2 things you're not sure. You know, you didn't do the research yet. So Russia is EU's main supplier in fossil fuels, 43% of imported natural gas. So that means that majority of the countries over there, just so we could be clear, a lot of the countries over there, the way that they get their power and everything is from Russia. But they also giving money to the Ukraine. But they also buying all of their power, 43% of their power and their energy from Russia. So they're basically just fueling both sides of the war. They just fueling both sides of the war. They feeding both sides of the war. I don't really think people understand global politics. And this is what I mean by y'all voting for stupid shit. Women's reproductive rights. You already have them. Nobody's touching those things. Nobody is trying to take away women's reproductive rights. The fact that the Democrats got y'all out here talking about that shit is bananas. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But the fact that the Democrats got y'all out here talking about women's reproductive rights is bananas. So Dario Bird, you thought this was Fox. You got any comments? Put them in there. Tell me what I've said so far which was wrong. Dario Bird, what have I said so far which was wrong? He's just going to have to insult me because I'm not saying anything that's wrong. So all he's going to do is not say nothing, or he just going to start launching insults at me. Watch. So what am I saying wrong, Dario Bird? Watch. He's just either going to say nothing or he's going to start launching insults, so I got to kick him. Come on, Dario Bird. What am I saying that's wrong? Help me out. Tell me what I need to research. Tell me where I should go to, get this information. Oh, well, who should I have a picture of if today's show was about Trump? Yesterday's show was about, I think, Zelenskyy. I think we had a picture of Zelenskyy yesterday's show, right? Or something. Or it was Trump and Zelenskyy. So, yeah, I generally try to make the image of what we're talking about. So, okay. You thought Fox is the only place that talks about Trump? Ever. No other news agency ever talks about Trump. Hey, let's go. Let's get it. I don't even know what to tell people. Sometimes people just be saying shit and you just be like, come on, fam. You can't be serious. Shout out to Dario Bird. No hate. You really, and I'm gonna say this with this is, I'm gonna say something that's a fact, and I'm not talking about now. You really do not want to be the main character. It really sucks when everybody thinks that they have to be thinking about you or talking about you every single time that they see you. That shit sucks. It sucks that everywhere I go, people think I'm even looking at. I don't even be seeing these people. I don't even be knowing that people be there. I just be places. And let's say somebody's standing right there. And let's just say I just go like this. People like, oh, he's looking at me. Like, this is the type of shit that's happening to me. You understand? It sucks being the main character, fam. I promise you. You never want to be the main character. I promise you. I would love to tell y'all what happened yesterday. I'm just not. But there's like these people that just sit around and just look at me all day. They stare at me all day. So whenever I like just turn around like this, they just swear I'm looking at them. I don't even be knowing that they there, to be honest with you. I don't even know their names. I don't even know. It's like, I don't know. I don't even know how many of them is. But I think I only know like 3 or 4 of their names. And that's only because other people be saying their names. I don't even know their names. You do not want to be the main character, fam. I promise you. This shit sucks. Anyway. Sheesh. Let's get back to what we talking about. I just mentioned that because dude just came here just talking irreverent. So, you know. So, let's get back to what we talking about. So, you do not want to be the main character, fam. I just want to say this one more time. It really sucks when wherever you go, all people do is want to be a part of your life. It fucking sucks. it sucks. I do this, but I promise you, I just want to say something real quick, and then I'm going to finish that thought. Before I started doing YouTube, I was dating Kendra. The whole entire time that I was, like, after I decided this is something that I might decide to do, I was literally spent like a year and a half trying to, you know, this is before they had the thing where you don't have to put your, like, you know, trying to figure out how I was going to create the platform specifically because I didn't want anyone to know who I was. I didn't want people to be able to recognize me. I don't care for none of that. I don't really care for none of that. Like, I don't care to be famous. People just think that I do. I don't even like it. I don't like being known. People just think that I want it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit that other people want, they think you want. You understand what I'm saying? That's how come I be knowing who the weirdos is. Because they accuse me of some shit I'm not even thinking of. So I be like, that person's a weirdo. And there are a lot of, and I'm going to say this, and I can't stress this enough. If you are a single male, be careful out here. Because they have this new thing. Let me show y'all something real quick. I'm sorry, I'll get right back to this, but I need to show y'all something real quick because they got this thing going on, and so I need for y'all to understand that this is what's going on. So if you are a man, so don't even, you got to state these people are sick in the brain. So anything you do around sick people, they think it's sexual. You understand what I'm saying? So these people are sick in the brain. And a lot of these people are made children sick. So these kids are just way over sexualized. So every single thing has to deal with sex. And I'm talking about, this is how kids be thinking. Like, we need to get God back in the schools, fam. 6 college students in Massachusetts was accused of luring an active duty service member who they falsely described as a sexual predator to their campus, where a group of more than 24 people chased and assaulted him. I'm not going to go too much further into it, but you get the idea of what I'm saying. You have females out here that are just trying to put lies on niggas. That's it. So if you are a male, especially if you're single, I cannot stress this enough. The minute any young girl or minor looks at you and blushes or smiles or anything, never talk to her. Never. If they're just regular kid shit, whatever. But the fucking minute she blushes, she smiles inappropriately, she laughs at something that ain't funny, never talk to her again. Don't go around her. Cause as soon as she see her advances or whatever the fuck she trying to do ain't being reciprocated, now you're a creep and she gonna try to fuck you over. Stay away from these people. They're sick. I literally have to deal with shit like this. Not just now. Just period. I'm not into myself like that. I'm a relatively handsome man. But for whatever the reason is, I'm not that attractive, fam. I'm not that handsome. I'm not that much of a catch. I'm average at best, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't think about these things. In any regard, I promise you, y'all think way more highly of me than I do. I'm just regular, fam. I promise you, y'all think more highly of me than I do. I promise you. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. Let me get back to what we're talking about. I got people trying to take my life away, fam. I got some gang out here that's about to that just let me know they're gonna kill me. This is real talk. I was walking down the block the other day. Hold on, let me tell you what happened. So I might not be here much longer. There's some gang in Coney Island that want to kill me. So I was walking down the block the other day, and some dude had some kid outside with some kind of like, you know, the Nerf gun. And then the nigga, they were just standing there not doing nothing. As soon as they saw me, the dude went like this and had the kid shoot at him. And then he looked right at me. Now I'm like 60 yards away from the guy. Like, for him to look at me, he had to literally turn and look directly at me. Then the nigga looked at me and turned the kid around and faced the kid. So I don't know what the fuck that was about. I think the nigga telling me I'm about to get murdered, to be honest with you. So I got my own shit I'm dealing with. All right? I don't want to deal with that other stuff. Got my own stuff I'm dealing with. I got people out here that want me dead, and I got other people out here trying to put lies on me. Then I got other people out here that just want to be around me so they could just say I'm doing stuff. I live a weird life, fam, and I promise you, the best thing for me is to never speak to another human being in person again. But that's another conversation. With that being said, I got a lot going on, fam. Y'all better appreciate me while this is real talk. Y'all better appreciate me while I'm here. I'm pretty sure that gang gonna kill me sooner or later. These niggas is... Remember, I have Democratic zealots trying to do all type of different weirdo ass shit to me. I got apparently some Asian people following me around everywhere I'm going. And I got this going on. I have a lot happening, fam. A lot. I should not be in this good of a mood. I just don't really care about dying. But I should not be in this good of a mood, fam. I promise you. I got a lot going on. I don't really care about dying. What the fuck? You see what I got to live through? I ain't what the fuck. I don't care about that shit. Anyway, so, yeah. So, this is a new thing that they're doing. So, yeah. Some weird, super, like, so, weird shit. So, stay away from whoever. Just stay away from anybody. Once somebody do anything weird near me, I don't never want to talk to them. So, it is what it is. I be strong on that, too. People be trying to play with me. I be like, nah, it's cool. I'm not mad at you. I ain't gonna do nothing to you. But I promise you, you ain't never gonna have access to me again. And I don't care. Let's get back to Trump. So we've been talking about tariffs. So I'm going to do a real quick explanation of this real quick, and then we're going to move on. We at 10:30. I kind of want to end the show soon. Trudeau announces 25% tariffs on U.S. goods will take effect midnight. So let me show y'all something real quick. What is... And first of all, let me see. What's a GDP? So everybody can know what's going on. GDP. National GDP. What the hell? Okay, so a GDP is the gross domestic product. It's the total value of all the goods and services produced within its borders and during a specific period. GDP is a key metric for measuring a country's economic wealth. So basically, like... America's GDP in another place is basically our impact on their economy. So, I'm not, let me see. Right, so in 2022, America had $130.3 billion in stock investments in Mexico. The United States also has a trade deficit, which Mexico, which increased by 23.7%. So, sheesh. I saw that video where they killed dude and that situation happened. One of the main reasons why I don't cover a lot of that type of stuff anymore is because I'm tired of talking about how our black people kill each other. I'm just tired of talking about it. All right? So I'm tired of talking about how black people kill each other. I'm just tired of it. Obviously, I don't know who did the killing, but I mean, to assume it's a black person that killed another black person wouldn't be too outside of what's going on. So basically, I'll just tell you the numbers. I was hoping to show it to you, but I'll just tell you the numbers. So basically, Mexico, I thought I had the screen on. I was over here doing this whole time. So basically, Mexico, right? I was actually on the screen so open that I was on. So I want to show y'all what I was doing. I was looking for the GDP, America's GDP in Mexico, so y'all can see what I was doing. Mexico, right? So, oh shit, hey, that was the answer. According to recent data, Mexico's GDP is around 1.2 trillion, making it significant overall GDP, though significantly smaller compared to the United States, which dominates the regional economic landscape. So, $1.2 trillion, but apparently that is nothing compared to what America is doing. So, the point in which I was trying to make was this: Mexico is about 5% of our GDP. So, of our gross domestic product, of our GDP, of the value of America, basically Mexico gives 5%. The same with Canada. But our GDP back towards them is like 20%, 25%. So we are a bigger part of their economy than they are of ours. So if you removed Mexico from our economy, that would only be 5% of our GDP. If you remove Canada from our economy, that's still only 5% of our GDP. But if you remove America from Mexico or Canada's GDP from their economy, they crash. They're fucked. They can't maintain. They're going to collapse. Warren Buffett said it was an act of war. Those economies collapse. This is why Democrats are lying to you when they say, oh, if they do tariffs, that's going to be bad for America. No. Trump threatened and then followed through, just so we could be clear, with the tariffs on China, on Canada, China, we'll talk about that in 2 seconds, and Mexico. Just the fucking... And then, just so we could be clear, also makes a $600 billion deal with Saudi Arabia and another $100 billion deal with the Taiwan superconductor. Is it superconductor? Superconductor company. While all the Democrats want to do is give our money to other nations. So I need an explanation. I need to know why Democrats think that we should vote why we should send all of our money overseas and not have none here for the people that live here. I want to know why Democrats think that we should house and feed illegals in this country, but not the actual citizens that live in this country, including veterans. I need an explanation. And I think that that's fair to ask. I think it's fair to say, yo, look, Democrats, okay, not a problem. I'm not arguing with you. But I need for you to answer a question. And not answer a question with a question. Not answer a question with a word salad. I need you to just answer a direct question with a direct answer. Why is it more important to you that illegals, people who enter the country illegally, is taken better care of than the people who not only live in the country, but the veterans who went overseas, fought for the country, and came back? I just need to know why it's more important to take care of the illegals than them. You could also add old people into that and homeless people. I need to know why. I need to know. I think the people who vote Democrat don't remember or realize that y'all lost the popular vote, not just the election. That means the majority of America agrees with Trump overwhelmingly. And she didn't just lose the popular vote. She got destroyed. I think she got beat like worse than any president ever by percentage, right? Like, she got absolutely trampled. It was embarrassing how badly she got beaten. And this is with the majority of black people voting for her, who are now getting the blame because she didn't make it into the freaking presidency. That's why black men, we can never win. Do what you want to do. We cannot win. Do what you want to do. You want to go marry a white woman? Go do it. That's my plan. Well, I mean, she don't got to be white. She could be anything. Just a partner. That's it. I'm just looking for a partner. Yeah, obviously you got to be cute. That's important. But I'm just looking for a partner. Also, you don't have to be really thick because, I mean, I like petite. So, that part. I never understand why everybody likes to, like, this. Like, I get it, but yeah, it looks nice on the eyes sometimes. But I like petite. Not skinny, but petite. There's nothing wrong with skinny, by the way. And there's nothing wrong with big, by the way. I just like petite. I like petite short girls. That's just what it is. Kendra was short too. She wasn't petite. She was thick as shit. But, you know, different story for a different day. And I'm busy thinking about all of my, like, the majority of the girlfriends I dated. A majority of them was short and petite. That's a fact. But I don't know if it's because those be the chicks that be having, like, the biggest nuts. Them be the chicks that'll walk up to you and just talk to you half of the time. And that's literally my love language. Literally, my love language is just spending time with me. You don't even really got to be doing much. That's my love language. Anyway. So there's this chick. I just want to say this. So there's this chick I'm interested in. And I had heard her mother say. Her mother was talking to her. And I heard it. I wasn't eavesdropping or nothing like that. I just happened to hear it. I got really good hearing. So when I'm around other people, I'm actively trying to not hear your conversation. This is real talk. Like, I got really, really good hearing. So when I'm around other people, like, I can hear all of the conversations. And it's upsetting for the most part. Because I don't like hearing other people's conversations. It makes me feel like I'm eavesdropping. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like hearing it. So a lot of times when I'm in places where there's a lot of people, I'm in my own area because I'm trying to not accidentally hear anybody's conversation or anything like that. We're not doing that. We're not eavesdropping on people. Anyway, so she was talking to her daughter and literally said to her, he just wants to be where you're at. He just likes being around you. And she couldn't have been no more right than that. I would like to talk to you one day. It would be funny. But yeah, couldn't have been no more right than that. Us men, and I want to say this because this is some real shit. This is man. This is not about little kids. Us men just want to know that you're safe and that you're near most of the time. That's it. That right there is enough a lot of the times. Just to know that you're safe. Just to know that I could look over there and see that you're safe. Knowing that if I want to walk over and say something to you, I can. Like, that's literally all most men need. We're not looking for you to go make the money. We're not looking for you to do none of those things. We're just looking for you to be our safe place. That's it. Why do you think strippers be stealing women, men? Not because they look better. Not because they really do more freakier shit. It's because that stripper will be that nigga's safe space. That's it. The minute y'all women throw some shit back in the nigga face, you might as well consider that nigga done in the relationship. He not gonna just leave you because we don't operate that way. But you could just forget ever having any confidence from this nigga. He's not gonna F with you that way. Y'all women be thinking that y'all be feeling trapped in relationships. Us men be feeling trapped. We'll have a baddie. Fine as hell. And we be feeling trapped because her whole attitude be shit. Her whole attitude. I do not have a problem with a female that has her own ideals, and I prefer a female that everybody can't talk to. I prefer that. So I want you to be have a little bit of attitude. But I don't want you to be a person who we can't work through shit. Because there's going to be moments where I'm not going to know what I'm talking about. I'm going to be wrong. And I need to be able to look over to my woman and know not only that she has my back, but that she's competent. Just whatever. Just saying. Like, this is real talk. Y'all don't have to do much with a man. I'm not talking about a child. I'm not talking about a boy. I'm talking about with a man, you don't have to do much. Literally. With a boy, you gotta jump through hoops. I used to be one. I'm telling you. With a man, you don't really have to do anything but be available and not too difficult to work with. This is why, real talk, this is why a lot of athletes end up marrying outside of our race. Because when we're in college, doing whatever sport we're doing, the woman that's going to come work with you and going to see your potential isn't always the woman that looks like you. A lot of these women that see our potential will come from one of two places. Either the top of the top or the lowest of the low. See, when they're at the top of the top, they know what talent looks like. They understand what vision looks like. Because they've been a part of a regime where this is happening, at a family where this is happening, at a situation. When they're at the lowest of the low, they know what bullshit looks like. And they don't want to deal with it no more. So it's always in a man's best interest when you have a high potential of earning or whatever the hell. Don't just look at your own people. I pray that everybody finds people that they love, whether it's their own people or not. But you do not have to only look at your own people. I pray that you find whatever it is that you're looking for out there. You don't have to look at your own people. We got to get out of that mindset. Just like we got to get out of the mindset that we're black, we got to vote Democrat. You got to get out of that mindset. Sorry, I just got a thing. Could I? No. I just clicked the thing. It might make my computer do stuff, and then I might get kicked out. So, all right, fuck it. I'm sorry for going off on that rant. I'm all over the place this morning. I got my own stuff that I'm dealing with. I'm trying to stay on topic. I really would like to have a co-anchor. And this is why I go to a commercial break sometime. We haven't did any commercial breaks today. But I really would like to have if I did have a girlfriend, I would love for her to be competent enough to come on the show and for us to have communications and talk about topics. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would love for that to be. Like, even if we got to set up 2 computers so she can have her own box, like, that'd be dope. You know what I'm saying? So she can have her own box and we could, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I really would like to have somebody that's competent that I could have these discussions with that don't necessarily share my viewpoint. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it'd be dope if you share my viewpoint, but that don't necessarily share my viewpoint. You know? It is what it is. People are crazy. All right, where we at? Let me see what we got up on the screen real quick. So we're talking about all of the monies. We're talking about the $700 billion that Trump just got from 2 deals that he did. One with a Taiwan company, Taiwan Semiconductor company right here. And another one with, hold on, we're going to talk about that in a second. And another one with, fucking late. We're going to talk about that in a second. And another one with, I just saw so many. And another one with the $600 million and the $100 million. You said T-girls of the future. I have no idea what a T-girl is. Zero idea. What is that? I have no idea what a T-girl is. You could tell me if you would like, but I don't know what that is, so I don't know how to respond to that. So we got 2 deals, $100 billion deal and a $600 billion deal that Trump just did. At this point, we're doing so much winning. Like, the Democrats got to be so pissed. Because every time Trump does something like this and it works out or it's for the betterment of us, that's just proof that everything that the Democrats were doing was bad for the country. Because Trump is literally doing the opposite of everything that they wanted to do. But that shit is crazy that your man Zelenskyy was like, America's not going to have any choice but to send their sons and daughters to die for him. Or some shit like that. Because they're part of NATO. I've been wanting us to leave NATO. And Trump wanted to take us out of NATO the last time he was president. I've been wanting us out of NATO. NATO is not good. Trump wanted us out of NATO the last time he was president. And then there was like a big thing. Democrats said, it's a bad idea. And everybody was like, agree with the Democrats. But we are the only people that's really funding NATO. All of the funding and every NATO, we pay for like 3/4 of NATO is America, basically. So if we leave NATO, NATO's done. If we leave the WHO is also done. They just said that, by the way. I don't even have to. They just said that, by the way. Hold on. We got that. We got that clip. While I'm looking for that clip, check this out. I love this.
不能给我的，请完整给。我说我忘了，不痛了，太爱， 笑了，
I got it. It might be in my phone. Hold on.
为
Let
你
me check and see if it's in my
也
phone.
值得。
Oh, I love that clip. When I found that clip, I think I watched it like a shitload of times. I'm looking for something. Hold on. Let me see if it's in my phone. Yeah, when I first saw that cat clip, I watched that cat clip like a shitload of times. I couldn't turn that shit off. I ain't gonna lie to you. Cause I'm like, that cat is singing. I don't listen to that much damn Usher, fam. They keep saying I'm a top listener of Usher. I probably am. What the hell is going on here? Hold on. I don't know what in the hell Maxine Waters is scared of, but I'm gonna explain something to you, Maxine Waters. I don't know what you're guilty of, but you old as hell, so you're gonna die soon. And I'm not saying that to be cruel or mean. What I mean is, you don't have to worry about going to prison for as many years as other people got to worry about, because you don't have that much longer here, Maxine Waters. So I don't know why you're pushing so hard, is my point. You should literally be sitting back like, you know what? At best, I got like 2 more years. I'm sorry. Anyway, so Maxine Waters tried to demand her way into hand delivering an anti-Doge letter to the HUD Secretary Turner while he was in a meeting. How are you trying to deliver something to somebody while they're in a meeting, and then now you're acting like them not speaking to you is them doing some weird shit? I was in a meeting, man. The HUD chief of staff was quite nice and offered to have her watch a video of Trump's accomplishments in the lobby. So he was like, nah, not a problem. I got a thing to do. I'll be back. Let me finish my meeting. But, you know, while you're waiting, we'll put on a video of all of Trump's accomplishments. Oh, man. Oh, man, that's just too much. I'm sorry. That's just too much. That's just a lot. I don't know what to tell you. That's just a lot. I don't know what to tell you. That's just a lot. Sheesh. Let's see if we got something. Let's just look at some of the news articles I had that I wanted to talk about real quick. We're just gonna run through them. That's the $2 billion that Keir Starmer, I think that's how you say his name, is now sending to pledge. He's pledging this towards the Ukraine. Okay, so we are going to have World War III. We're kind of in it right now. We've been in World War III, but it's going to escalate. Guess how I know it's going to escalate? Guess how I know? You know that $2 billion You know that $2 billion. Hold on. Not that yet. You know that $2 billion that they're sending to the Ukraine? Guess where they're getting it from? I didn't even look at the article, but I already know where they're getting it from. London Prime Minister Keir Starmer announced billions in support of Ukraine on Sunday following a summit with European leaders just days after President Trump berated Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelenskyy in the Oval Office. Starmer announced a loan of 2.2 billion British pounds. That's $2.8 billion in American to support Ukraine, funded through the freezing of Russian assets. How do you say they're trying to start World War III without saying they're trying to start World War III? How do you say they're trying to start World War III? Also, if anybody is enjoying the show, you could always pull up to the Cash App, Super Chat, and or PayPal. How do you say they're trying to start World War III without saying they're trying to start World War III? You know, they tried to give that same money. They tried to do the same situation with previously, right? With the Biden administration. And Vladimir Putin a very short video, then what? And that's a comparison, not when something happens. The A is a comparison. You do, I mean, I don't know what you know or don't know, but than is comparing. That's a comparative. They're comparing words. One better than another. You probably mean then with the E, just so we can be clear. Anyway, so they've already, salute Tiny. They've already, also, once again, if anybody is enjoying this show, you can always pull up to the Cash App. All donations are appreciated. So I want to be clear. $2 billion, that's literally Ukraine's money, is now going to be sent, that's literally Russia's money, is going to be sent to the Ukraine. They was going to try to pull this same BS when Biden was president, and Putin straight up said that if y'all do that, then it's going to pop off. And that's the only reason why I believe that it didn't happen back then. So what they're doing right now is, this is what I believe they're doing. I'll use comparisons to like my own life, if you could just bear with me. But this is what I believe they're trying to do, because this is what the Democrats are always doing. Throwing rocks and holding their hand. So what I believe they're trying to do is they've been picking at Russia, even while the wars and everything's going on. They've been picking at Russia this whole entire time, like other extra stuff besides just the natural war thing going on. They're lying about this, they're lying about that. They're trying to make Russia looks like the war's for a totally different reason than why the war is. Let me explain something. In 1990, Vladimir, the other ruler of Russia, I forget his name at the moment, Gorbachev, made a deal with, I forgot who he made the deal with. In any regard, they made a deal that basically said that NATO would never move past a certain eastern boundary. So there's certain countries NATO would never allow into NATO. Just so we could be clear, they've already allowed many of these countries into NATO. But what happened was those other countries, they were not on Russia's border. They were further out. Ukraine is on the border of Russia. Russia don't want their enemies or people who aren't friendly with them on their border, and that's respectable. It's kind of like the Cuban Missile Crisis. For everybody that don't know, hold on. We have a whole internet right here. The Cuban Missile Crisis was a 13-day confrontation between the United States and the Soviet Union on October 1962. Basically, what happened was the Soviet Union was trying to deploy missiles to Cuba. So America was like, no! Cuba is right next to us. You'll be able to launch missiles from Cuba that will be able to hit America. You're right there. And remember, this is before the technology of today. So don't say they could have just shot it from Russia. First of all, if Russia tried to shoot a missile from Russia to America, we would shoot it down before it would get here. Just so we could be clear. So that's not a thing. But back then, I don't believe they had missiles that could reach from Russia to America. So if they was able to put a missile base in Cuba, they would have been able to shoot at America. So America went to war for 13 days over this. The same thing that's basically going on against Russia right now. And that's not even talking about all of the other things that's going on in the Ukraine that Russia's against. And that's not even talking about the fact that the main reason why Russia stepped in is because Ukraine was bombing their own people. Allegedly. Allegedly. I don't know if that's the truth. Bombas. Hold on. I don't know how to. I'm trying to remember how to spell the thing. So I spelled it right. So this country allegedly, I do not know this to be the truth, but this is a city inside of the Ukraine, and allegedly this is where conflict had arisen, where allegedly the Ukraine was attacking their own people. Allegedly. I'm not saying that this is a factual thing. I don't know their business. Once again, I almost spelled it right. Ooh, pretty city. It looks pretty. Ah. It looks pretty. A lot of these European countries look pretty, by the way. Or, whatever you want to call that. Asian country. It looks pretty. I like it. I mean, you could find pretty parts in the Bronx also, so we could be clear. Hold on, let me see if I can see some more images real quick. Oh, shit, I didn't show y'all guys. But hold on, look. It looks pretty. Look. It's pretty. I barely ever use the word pretty for females, and I have no idea why. But I do use pretty for other things, and I have no idea why. I think when I'm talking about females, what I mean pretty, I say cute. No, this is a pretty city. This is whatever the hell this is. This looks beautiful. I mean, I'm a little disturbed by the lack of people in any of these shots. But, whatever. It has a meaning. An industrial region. It's been the site of armed conflict since 2014. Guess what started in 2014? The thing I'm telling y'all about. Just my heart goes out to all of those people that live in these regions. I don't just want to just keep throwing money at the problem, because I don't think money could solve this problem. But my heart goes out to these people. You know, living in a country that don't care about you is tough. Us black people should, for the most part, understand that, even if we're not experiencing it the same way now that maybe we would have experienced it 50 or 60 years ago. We should still have an understanding of that, just so we could be clear. I believe, and this is just my opinion, that they need new leadership. They need new management. They need a new president. They need somebody that wants peace. That's just my opinion. I don't know if Zelenskyy wants peace, but because of the meeting that I saw him have with the president, I don't believe peace is a priority. I believe that there's other priorities, and peace is just a, if it happens, it happens situation. That's what it seems like is going on, at least. I could be wrong, but that's what I feel like is happening. If peace happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Whatever. We're going to keep it pushing. And that's what it feels like the situation is, just so we can be clear. I don't think peace is a priority to him. We got to do better. Like, we got to do better, fam. Like, I know I'm talking about these other global politics. I'm 100% sure that if I talked about something else, we'd get flooded in here. Way more people. Way more people. I mean, I get it. I just got a Hebrews verse. As you can see, it says 11:11. You can't see this. This is blurry. But I just got a Hebrews verse. I'm going to read it real quick. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 8. Jesus Christ, the same yesterday and today and forever. Verse of the day. Those don't usually come through. Like, this is an odd time of the day for us to get one of these. These don't usually come through during the show. Especially, and my phone buzzed dumb loud. Y'all heard that, right? I'm going to tell you what I believe the Democrats are doing. I think the Democrats are just complaining that Trump is going to do all of the things that they did. Even though some of the things, like, he's not even on his mind. That's why, like, remember earlier when I told you, like, I have people that be accusing me of, like, weird shit that isn't even something I would think of. And whenever somebody does that, the immediate, okay, so I'm going to break it down. Sometimes I don't talk to y'all no more because I think that y'all people are just, because if you accuse me of some shit that I will, one, just never do, that makes me think you would do it. If you accuse me of some shit I would never even think of, that makes me think you would do it. So a lot of y'all I just don't deal with because I know you to be the person that you're accusing me of being that I'm not. So literally, I'm going to tell you a quick story. So there's this person that I know. I'm not going to say their name. I see them a lot. And they constantly just gossiping about me every 2 seconds. So if they just see me, they just tell people they know what I'm thinking. And it's mind-boggling. It's fucking mind-boggling. Now, this person that does this is doing this to children. They're not just doing this to adults. So what they do is they go to the kids and just, I don't know the lies. I don't be there. So what ends up happening is now the kids are all weird, acting crazy to me. Because this person is just going up to them, telling them I'm thinking things that I'm not thinking. So now I don't like talking to this person because I know that this person got a mental health problem. You get it? So I got to see this person and be polite because I know they have a mental health problem. You get it? And they're causing for all of the people around them to also have a mental health problem. You get it? It's called an echo chamber. That's literally what's the problem with the Democrats right now. They're in an echo chamber. They're talking to people that's repeating back lies to them. And then they're saying the lie over. And now you got two people that's just saying lies. That's things that aren't true, back and forth to each other, while at the same time giving validation that this lie is actually a real thing. It's called an echo chamber. That's what the Democrats are dealing with, and that's what I deal with personally. It's just an echo chamber. It's just people just getting together to lie on a person or a situation. And they're just going to stand there and just keep repeating the lie over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. This is a mental health problem. Yeah, I got somebody that's doing that. They do it to me all the time. So they just go to the, like, it's fucking bananas. Like, it's bananas. So it's bananas. I just don't talk to nobody. I just don't talk to nobody. I'm just being honest with you. So I just don't talk to nobody. And I'm fine, by the way. Please don't try to come talk to me. I'm fine. I promise you I'm fine. Let's go to a commercial break real quick. I'll be right. I promise you, I'm fine. Please don't try to come talk to me. The Ukrainian people do want peace. So don't say, why don't the Ukraine want peace? The Ukrainian people want peace. The people who live in the Ukraine want peace. All right? So don't say, so why don't the Ukraine want peace? Or is you Russia taking? That don't make sense. The Ukrainian people want peace. All right? That don't make sense. I know you're trying to ask me a gotcha question and you just couldn't get to it. All right? I understand that. He's trying to think of a gotcha question. If you don't believe me, read the other things. Let me see what else he said. No. He didn't say nothing weird besides that so far. But yeah. Oh, he came in here with the is this a Trump? Is Trump something or other? He's just trying to like ask gotcha questions and just he's nothing good. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing good. So, this is what I wanted to say. So, this is what I want to show y'all also before we go, because I don't know how much longer the show's going to go. So, let me show y'all something real quick. So, you know how I keep trying to express to you that the Democrats do not care about us? The Democrats don't care about us, man. They don't. I know you're going to say, but Trump's racist. The Democrats don't care about us. I don't think Trump lies. So there that go. The Democracy, I told you, trying to ask me a gotcha question. Tell me one time Trump lied, and then I'll answer the question for you. How about that? Tell me one time that Trump lied. One. I'll tell you times Obama lied. Tell me one time Trump lied. Just one. I'm going to get back to what I'm doing. You're trying to ask me a gotcha question. Tell me one time Trump lied. Just one. Remember, I got the internet. We can look it up right now. Tell me one time Trump lied. So, you know, I keep telling y'all the Democrats don't care about us. They don't. And when I say Democrats, I'm not talking about the voters. I'm talking about the elected officials. They don't care about us. They don't. Check this out.
My condolences and all of our thoughts are with the family of the individual whose life has been lost. And I'm also thinking of all the people who were impacted here today in one of the busier parts of the city with this tragedy. People who were
So I don't want to see no more of this. I don't want to see any more maniacs attacking people, and because they get hurt or because they die because of their own actions, our politicians are now sorry that those individuals got hurt or that they're not here no more. I'm not. I'm 100% not sorry that some MFer that decided what they wanted to do was to try to terrorize the community died. I'm sorry. I don't feel bad about that. I don't care if the MFer was white, black, whatever race. I don't care. I literally don't care. Now, before somebody say, oh, that sounds careless. No, I'm going by what the Bible says. I care about the lost sheep. I care about I care about people that's in the body of Christ and the people that want to be in the body of Christ and they're on their mission to get there. Now, the rest of the people, I don't not care about you. I just don't got time to care about people that aren't with God. I want you to find God. I want you to find Christ. Don't get this confused. But we have a lot of people that they are the problem. I don't care about them. They need to fix themselves and bring themselves over to the other side. When somebody who is the problem goes to jail, I don't care. When somebody who is the problem pass away, I don't care. I wish it didn't happen. But they are the problem. You know how fucked up it is when you're not the problem, but the problem follows you around and try to make you look like you the problem? Do you know how that feels? I don't think people truly know how that feels. I don't think people know how it feels to just be minding your business and having other people wanting to be just in your life so bad. And all they could do is just think about negative things to be incorporated in your life. I literally have this woman that just follows me around and gossips about me all day. She a grown woman, literally. Just gossips about me. Anybody that'll listen. It's bananas. She don't just only gossip about me, by the way. She gossips about everybody. So it's not just me. You understand what I'm saying? She's just... You know what the opposite of the gospel is? Gossip. That's the opposite of the gospel. That's the best way I could put it. All right? The opposite of the gospel is gossip. So whenever somebody is gossiping, they doing Satan's job. They working for Satan. This is a fact. Go talk to your pastor. Go talk to your priest. Go talk to your minister. Don't talk to me. I just told you something that's a fact. So this mayor of Boston is sympathizing with the maniac that was running around stabbing people, and the police had to put him down. I don't feel bad for this guy. I feel bad for the people he was attacking. Now, has he probably been abused? And some terrible shit probably happened to him. Yeah, well, terrible shit happened to me. I got a gang out here in Coney Island waiting to kill me. You don't see me outside trying to hurt people. Everywhere I go out here in Coney Island, I got people literally just trying to just do all the worst things you could think of to me. You don't see me out here doing bad stuff to people. So no, I don't have any remorse. I don't feel bad for you. I don't know how y'all vote and elect these people. And it's not about being soft on crime. It's about not caring about the citizen, the law-abiding citizen. Imagine how the people that got stabbed is thinking after seeing this lady talk about how she feels so bad that the dude that was running around stabbing people got killed. I need for y'all to think about that for one moment. Fam, you're just asking me gotcha questions. Like, I'm not stupid. You understand what I'm saying? I understand you trying to make it sound like you're doing something else right now, but you're just trying to ask me gotcha questions. You could have asked me for just get back to this, but I just want to just prove my point. You could have asked me about anything that we was talking about, basically to elaborate. I talked about 6-7 different things. You didn't ask me to elaborate on anything. You didn't say, what do I mean by a thing that I said? Nothing. You're just trying to ask gotcha questions. That's it. You're just not smart enough to think, well, I'm not doing anything that a gotcha question would be able to get me because I'm not doing anything wrong. But, you know, you're going to have to up the IQ. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful. I'm saying that I know what you're doing. Look at your questions, fam. Just for the people that think I don't. So why don't Ukraine want peace or Russia? How is that not a loaded question? How's that question not loaded? So why don't Ukraine want peace or Russia taking over? How is that not a loaded question? Who do you think lies more, Trump or Obama? How is that not a loaded question? How is that not a loaded question? Anyway. Loaded questions. So, oh wow, I did not mean to be on live this long. What time is it? I mean, almost 2 hours. We're about to get off. So, I just want to be clear on this, and I really don't want there to be no misunderstandings. The Democrats are not for the American people. Tariffs are good. Less than a month and a half, and the way Donald Trump is running America got us $700 billion in investments from Saudi Arabia and from Taiwan. Taiwan, $100 billion, and Saudi Arabia, $600 billion. Trump hates these guys, AP. Those are guys he's always complaining about. These guys are just terrible. They're the ones that's always asking the stupid ass questions and trying to do weird shit. AP, he's always talking about these niggas. So, and that's crazy for them to have something that says fact check, because they always they ask the president loaded questions, and he's tired of it. Everybody's tired of these loaded ass questions. Ask real questions so people can get real answers and we can make progress. When you ask loaded questions, we can't make progress. We actually move backwards. So that's why they ask me loaded questions. So anyway. So I say all that to say this. Democrats don't care about you, fam. If Democrats cared about you, then why are they fighting so hard for men to be in women's sports? If Democrats cared about you, why are they sending all of the money outside of the country? I think he is speaking tonight. If Democrats cared about you, then why are all of their cities rampant with crime? If Democrats cared about you, why they're letting all of the criminals out of jail that they actually catch so easily in the cities that they have rampant with crime? I was just waiting to kick you, by the way. He's kicked. Can we get bags for Dario Bird? Can y'all throw bags in the chat? Just throw bags. I called him out on asking me loaded questions, so he said I was paranoid. His questions was loaded. When you're smart, people just really hate you. It's just, that's what it is. They just hate you. So whenever you're smart, never think about having friends. Never think about having family. Never think about having nothing, because you can't have nothing. People hate you. Never forget that. Now, with that being said, so I am 100% tired of these.
Somebody is mad at you right now.
I'm 100% tired. I'm trying to get to the other screen. I'm 100%. What the fuck is this cheer workout? What the fuck? So I'm 100. Oh, she was cutie. Could that screen come back up? I'm trying to get the advertisement to come back up. Hold on, I'm gonna click the page. She was a cutie. See, I don't call women pretty. I call them cute. I don't know why I do that. No, I'm not donating to y'all niggas. Not never. Y'all guys is the worst ever. Anyway, so there's no advertisement. They come be there, whatever. They showing a different one. So Trump, $700 billion in less than a month and a half. Biden, billions of dollars out of the door. And just so y'all can understand what just happened, I'll explain. Once Trump couldn't get the deal done with Zelenskyy for the $650 billion loan that we gave, or whatever the billions of dollars loan that we gave, once that didn't work out, his chincletas flew off when he went down the stairs. So basically what happened was, some people call them chanclas. Like I grew up, we call them chancletas. I don't know about the chanclas thing. Is the chancletas just like a Bronx thing or a Puerto Rican thing? Like, I don't get it. Like, so who says chanclas? Because some people say chanclas. Well, I grew up, we call them chancletas. I guess that's the same thing, just like a different anyway. We're going to go to a commercial break real quick. Be right back, and then I'll give this real quick explanation, and I'm probably going to get out of here. Give me 1 second.
Somebody is mad at you right now because you chose peace.
Sorry about that. I ran to the bathroom, came back late. Yeah, so I just want to say this. So the reason why I'm saying the whole chancleta thing, so I grew up with, like before I was like 13, like the majority of the people I was around was like Puerto Rican, and the majority of those people was like women. So like I grew up basically with the majority of the people that was around me was Puerto Rican women. So that's why I really love rice and beans. I love fucking rice and beans and rice and peas and shit like that. I love that shit. I can eat that shit. I can eat that shit for like part of every meal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever the variation is, I can eat that every night. Whatever the variation is. I love that shit. Throw some salad in there with some lettuce and shit. Lettuce and tomatoes on top of that bitch. Anyway, so we're gonna get out of here. I was gonna say something and I got all the way just all the way off everything. So let's discuss this 2 seconds. Trump, wait, hold on, let me close this.
My condolences.
Trump says that he is going to yank federal funding from all schools that allow illegal protests and imprison and agitators. I 100% hope they do this. I want them, and we spoke about this previously, I 100% want them to just start putting them people in jail that's going to them colleges and trying to do all of this, all of that. You know, it's one thing when y'all go out there and people are protesting and no one's getting hurt. I'm here for that. But these individuals are out there and they're protesting and they're screaming out violence and they're protesting about how they want to hurt people and they're protesting nothing but violence and mayhem. Arrest them niggas already. I'm not saying put dogs on them, but nah, if y'all want to protest, fine. But if y'all want to come and stop people from going to class, arrest them. If y'all want to go and yell out threats, arrest them. If y'all want to go and disturb the peace in a, how do you say, obnoxious way, arrest them. Just arrest them. If they are a foreign student, take their damn visa, send them home. Freaking AOC had the nerve to say that illegals deserve the same rights as American citizens. If we go to their country, we're not going to have their same rights. Why should they have our same rights when they come here? Explain that shit. You ever hear about what happened to those to people who go to other countries and get arrested? If Trump ain't the president, them niggas ain't coming home. They had a whole movie about the girls that some dude put drugs on them and they ended up going to one of those Taiwan or something like that, and they ended up getting caught with the drugs. It was a whole movie about it. And like, I think one of the girls ended up dying over there, and the other one actually ended up making it out of jail or whatever. And that's how come we know about the story. And allegedly, like, they weren't even involved in the drug shit. They just met some dude, and the dude put the drugs in their bags and then had them go and do the thing. And then he was going to take the drugs back from them, but they got caught. So I say all that to say this. We don't have the rights of other people when we go to their country. Why in the hell do the Democrats want to treat people who are from another country better than they treat the people who live in this country? And if you don't agree with that, they call you a racist. If you don't agree with that, you're some kind of you're xenophobic. If you don't agree with treating people better than you're treated, if you don't agree with taking shorts, if you don't agree, I'm going to say this. So one of the main reasons I don't deal with my family. So one of the main reasons I don't deal with them is because I'm literally tired of them trying to explain to me why I should always, not sometimes, but always take backseat, always give away everything that I have to other people, have nothing. Why I always have to be second. Why? So no. I just need for y'all to understand that the shit that the Democrats is doing to America, this is what I grew up in. I grew up in the constant gaslighting. I grew up in a situation where the people around you that just didn't care about you. And the only way you could get any love was to go outside. I grew up in that. Y'all don't understand it because you probably came from a loving home. And even if the home wasn't loving, y'all at least had relation to one another. Like, y'all probably wasn't best of friends, but y'all didn't hate each other. I didn't grow up in that. The home I grew up in, everybody hated each other. To this day, they hate each other. They just act like they don't. So I didn't grow up in that. I grew up in something different. That's how the Democrats treat us as citizens in America. Like they hate us. And then they gaslight y'all. And y'all just go for it. I need to just stress this point. Trump, in a month and a half, did a $700 billion deal. So while Biden was sending all of our money out of the country and destroying our economy, Trump is bringing money from other countries and putting it in America, which is building our economy. I need to know why we shouldn't want this to happen. I need to know why this is a bad idea. And I need somebody to explain it to me. I need a Democrat to explain to me how this is a bad idea. I need for the Democrats to explain to me why it's a bad idea for these countries to invest hundreds of billions of dollars in America, but it's a good idea for America to just give away hundreds of billions of dollars, wanting nothing in return. I need for Democrats to explain this to me. Your girl, what the heck is this chick name? I can't stand her. Jasmine Crockett, right? What she said? Saeed. So she says Trump is the enemy of the United States. I need for you to understand this. These people hate America, fam. Okay, so that now y'all know. Live coverage. Watch President Fox News channel at 9 p.m. tonight. So I need for y'all to understand this. Democrats hate America. Jasmine Crockett calls President Trump, an enemy to the United States. How are you an enemy of the United States if you just did a deal that's going to bring the United States $600 billion? You just did another deal that's going to bring the United States $100 billion and new jobs because they're going to be building factories. And just so we can be clear, the $600 billion, the prince he's not even sure how it's going to be spent. He's just saying, we're going to do $600 billion. Hold on. Y'all want to be live for the broadcast tonight? Drop it in the chat. Y'all want to be live for the broadcast tonight? The reason why I'm saying this is because y'all know I do coaching. And in order for me to be back in time, I would have to leave early. So that's why I'm asking. So hold on. Let's listen to what she got to say one more time, just to be fair. Let's listen to what she has to say before I absolutely eviscerate it. And I want to be clear about something. They love Zelenskyy, right? Zelenskyy you're supposed to be a 5-year term over there in the Ukraine. Zelensky's been in office for 6 years. He's literally a dictator. He's literally put everyone that's in another party. He gets all of the other parties, political parties, basically get destroyed, arrested. He's arresting people who are his political opponents and putting them in jail indefinitely. So Zelenskyy is literally a dictator. They love him. Just so we could be clear, they believe in DEI. So they do not believe in hiring the person that's best qualified for the position. So if you take over a company and they have 10,000 people in that company that should not be working there because there's 20,000 people more qualified, 30,000 people more qualified, 100,000 people more qualified, 1,000,000 people more qualified, guess what you should do? You got it. Fire them and hire the more qualified people. So basically, Trump is getting rid of all of the people who would be in his way whenever he was trying to do something in his first term. Y'all do understand that, right? Like, Trump knows how they was blocking him in his first term and causing him problems. So in his second term, the first thing he's doing is having all of these people removed. So CIA, FBI, Homeland Security, wink, wink. Wait, she apologized to the world after what? Yeah, she apologized to the world when Zelenskyy, the actual dictator, and Trump didn't get along. So she apologized for the actual dictator. Then I tell you these Democrats are communists. Then I tell you they're communists. They're fucking communists, fam. She condemned Trump as a draft dodger. As far as I can tell, Trump doesn't want more people to die in a war. So maybe Trump just doesn't believe in war. Maybe he's not a draft dodger. Maybe he doesn't believe in fucking war. Anyway, let's go read the article. Jasmine Crockett, Texas. I mean, I don't even know how she got elected. And President Donald Trump is an enemy of the United States. I so want the FBI to just start looking into her like crazy. I want the FBI to go through every nook and cranny of everything this woman is doing. On Friday, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky's meeting with Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance at the White House erupted in a shouting match that was seen worldwide. The meeting went off the rails after Zelensky began to argue with Trump and Vance. Crockett, shout out to these guys for explaining exactly what happened. Well, Fox, that's why they're telling the truth. Crockett responded to the meeting on X by condemning Trump as a draft dodging dumb dope. Why is she always insulting people? You know what they say about people that, aren't as intelligent as others. It's been a long day, but in short, sorry, I was reading the thing. I don't want to look at that right now. How dare a draft dodging dumb dupe humiliate an ally and berate an actual brave man who has actually been on the battlefield for his people? Let me say this to the world. Sorry. These Democrats are the worst, man. Remember, these Democrats want to send all of your money outside of the country. All of it. Every fucking drop of your money, they want to be outside of the country. Don't forget that part. And just so we could also be clear, Zelensky made it freaking clear he did not want the war to end. So you should be asking yourself, why do the Democrats want the war to continue so bad? You should ask yourself that. Why are the Democrats so interested in the war going on? Anyway, I so want them to look into her. I want the FBI to look into absolutely every senator. I think, this is just my opinion, I think that we should literally have an organization like the FBI or the CIA, that it is their job to make sure that corruption isn't going on in the government. And I hope that's what Doge turns into. We literally have an organization that is their job to go around and make sure that money isn't being stolen, making sure that people aren't corrupt. I think that we need that. I'm sorry, we need that. You're going to catch Democrats doing shit. You're going to catch Republicans doing shit. We need that. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. You could feel however you want to feel about that, but that's my opinion. With that being said, I'm going to let y'all go. Everybody have a beautiful day. I was all over the place today. Let me close out that tab. All over the place today. I think we got a halfway decent show. I definitely appreciate y'all guys. Please go out there into the world, do something worth doing, and stamp God's name on it. Let people know that you coming or you arriving in the name of God. Because at the end of the day, what do we have if we don't have God? We don't have nothing. Just zero things. I'm gonna say a song if y'all don't mind before we leave out. Pray over your family, fam. Pray over your family. Pray with your family, not just over your family. Pray with your family. So I'm going to say something real quick. So the other day, me and Coach was talking. Coach says, I turn to Coach and I'm like, yo, I really got to, step up. I got to go find me a wife. I don't want a girlfriend. I want a wife. So I was like, yo, I got to go find a wife. Coach immediately looks at me and says, she got to be in the church. My response was, of course. But what I should have said was, she doesn't have to be in the church right now. She just has to be willing to go to church. That's it. Because I don't know your path with God. I don't know your, you have your own journey with God. For me to just say any female who isn't currently in the church I wouldn't talk to, like, I'm pretty sure that there are tons of women who the reason why they just, and men, the reason why they're not going to church has nothing to do with them being against going to church. You just, it's just not a thing. So no, I would definitely, if I am dating somebody, no, we definitely have to be going to church. Don't get this confused. But I'm absolutely willing to meet a person and then being like, yo, you know what? Sundays, let's go spend a couple of hours in church. Like 2-3 hours. It's not that long. Like, I think people think, because when we were children, it felt like we went to church all day. It felt like you woke up, you went to church, and you was in church for like 20 hours. That's what it felt like. But my church, I go, generally speaking, for Sunday school, adult Sunday school, that starts at 9:30, and the regular service starts at about 11:30, 12. So I generally stay in church from about 9:30. If I stay for the regular service, I always go to Sunday school. Sometimes I can't stay for the regular service, but I always go to Sunday school. So if I stay for the regular service, I'm in church from 9:30 to about 2 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock. But that's fine. If you just want to go for the church service, like, I wouldn't be like, you got to come to Sunday school with me. Because no, but just show up to church service. Church service starts at 12. It ends about 1 o'clock, 1:30. It's like an hour and a half at most. So, that's not a thing. So I wish I would have gave that answer to Coach instead of, because he was like, I'm like, wait, what in the hell? Hell no, I'm not dating some woman that she's just not going to go to church. That don't make sense. That's bananas. Nah, just show up. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, we all need, how can I have a relationship with God and I'm with a woman that I want to marry and I want to be with and, whatever the case might be. And I'm not trying to encourage her to have a relationship with God. Like, if I'm with you, I got to care about your soul. Right? Not just in this world, but after. Right? Like, I have to care about you. So if I believe that salvation through Christ to God is important, then I should be trying to bring that to you. Right? And if I believe that I want to be living correctly in Christ's body, that means that I can't be with someone who isn't, on that same mission. But like I said, where you might be at right now is not where you might be at a year from now. You might be a person that never goes to church, but not because you're against it. You just don't. And be like, well, it's a relationship. I love this guy or whatever. I'm check it out. Well, I go to church a couple of times, see how I feel. I want to be able to pray with the woman I'm with. I want to be able to pray over the woman I'm with. And I want to be able to, love Jesus with whoever I'm with. And I think sometimes, like, just me talking, sometimes I was dating a woman a while back. I'm just going to say this. I'll share this. I was dating a woman a while back. A really great woman. Don't get this confused. Most of the females that I've dated are great women. Just so we could be clear. I choose well, and I get chosen well. So it is what it is. So I used to come into conflict with her because I'm always like, that's not necessarily something God would want us to do. And I know it's small and I know it's not a big deal or whatever the case is, but if it's small and it's not a big deal, could we just not do it? So I used to come into conflict. And that's partly because I didn't let the person know how much I love God. I didn't let the person know how much I love Jesus. I didn't, So I'll take that. Because maybe we don't date. Maybe we don't date. So nowadays, sometimes I just don't approach a female or say nothing. Or even if she's like flirting with me, I don't lead into it because I'd be like, this don't look like a situation that I can have. I don't need nobody to be a Bible thumper. Like, what the hell? Nobody want to talk about, any one topic all day. So I don't need her to be a Bible thumper. I don't need for her to be able to read passages. I don't need her to be able to do any of that. I just need for her to be, when I'm worshiping the Most High, she's ready to worship the Most High also. When we going to do things, you can show up, you can do a thing. If she wants to do all of those other things, fine. But if she doesn't and she just wants to be there to be supportive, I'm fine with that also. With that being said, I love y'all. There's a reason why I said all that. I really feel a way about what happened the other day, because there was people that was listening to the conversation, and I think I came off like I was like, I don't, like, if you don't go to church, I don't. Most of my friends and everything like that, they don't go to fucking church. Part of my language, I shouldn't have said it like that. I wanted to put a exclamation mark on the sentence. But most of the people that I know, they don't go to church. Like when I was growing up and I was in, teenager, I only had like one friend that went to church on a regular. I started going with him and his family. Shout out to Kev. But I only had like one friend that went to church on the regular. And I loved Kev's family. Loved their family. I appreciate that y'all let me come and be. I don't have a family. And even back then, like we don't have family. We don't do family stuff. We don't. None of that. So I appreciate y'all guys for allowing me to be part of your family. Like that's one of some of the my best memories. You know what I mean? I really appreciate y'all allowing me to be part of your family. That's a fact. So much so that even though I wasn't attracted to your sister, if you would have had, and not because she was unattractive, she wasn't unattractive. It's just I didn't look at her like that. So the other day, I'm going to tell y'all about a whole nother story. Y'all can leave. We're not even talking about the show no more. We're talking about Jack. So the other day, I'm at men's group, because I go to men's group in the church. So I'm at men's group, and we're having a conversation. And so I'm trying to tell them about a specific female that I'm interested in. She's absolutely gorgeous. Don't get this confused. But I don't look at her like that. Like, I don't look at her like, oh, man, she's so pretty, I want to have sex with her. Like, I don't think like that. So what happened was they asked me a question, and I never realized that I didn't look at her like that. And then I was like, nah, it's something else. Like, it's... You ever had somebody you thought could read your mind? Like, so there's like a weird energy there. I can't explain it, but she is attractive, very attractive. But I don't look at her like that for the most part. So we're at the men's group, and somebody says a thing, and I think that was the first moment that I realized that. I don't think I really realized that previously, because like I had a homeboy I was like talking about, right? I was like, yo, this is a really cute girl, da da da. But that's the only way that you could explain your attraction to people most of the time, by saying that you find them physically attractive. But in that moment where, we're in church, and I don't know if it's just because we was in church and spirit, whatever it was, but in that moment, like, so whatever it is, it's like, she's attractive. Don't get it confused. But whatever it is, like, that's not the thing. You understand? Like, that's not the thing. I'm trying to be, I don't want to say too much, but that's not the thing. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm trying to be mindful of the words I use. I think her intelligence is more interesting in the way she looks. That's the best way I could put it. Like, I don't know the person's personality. They don't talk to me. But, like, person's really smart, and that's big on my list. Anyway, I don't know what it is. Anyway, so that's another reason why I think I need to go find a wife, because I don't, like, I don't think that's a viable option. Like, I don't know how to say it. the things that attract me to her are not the things that would normally attract me to a woman, even though she has all of those things. I don't. It don't make sense. I don't know how to explain it. So I'm gonna tell y'all a story real quick. So me and Kendra was like, yo, so why do you love me? Right? So me and Kendra, and women, stop asking men this stupid shit. So Kendra was like, why do you love me one day? He was like, I guess she needed some validation. I guess, maybe I was like not as affectionate that particular day, because I'm like really affectionate. Like when I'm dating you, like I'm really affectionate. Like I'm not like super hands-on. Like I'm not trying to like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm really affectionate. Like I'm really paying attention to everything that's going on. Like I'm attentive. You understand what I'm saying? So I guess this particular day I just wasn't as attentive as, I normally am. But the reason why I think that, because I know that I was, had other shit on my mind, had other shit I was dealing with that I wasn't talking to her about. It had nothing to do with her. And, whatever. So she says, why do I love her? What attracts me to her? And like, whatever. And it was in that moment that I realized something. Basically the same thing that I realized in this particular situation. I said to myself, now Kendra is bad. And I need for you to understand, this is before the big Instagram shit where all of these chicks is on Instagram with all of these BBLs and shit. She had an Instagram body, natural Instagram body, before Instagram was a thing. Like, generally speaking, when me and Kendra went somewhere, she was 100% the most attractive woman there. 100%. Body, face, attitude. 100%. Almost everywhere we went, like there's probably only one or two places that we ever went where I could legitimately say, I don't think I got the baddest shorty in here. I'm just being honest with you. And I know a lot of women are going to say, but you always going to think. I'm being honest. When I tell you everywhere me and Kendra went, she was the baddest shorty in the building. And majority of the time, it was not close. I remember we went to this barbecue or whatever it was, one of her friends. And so some chick walks in and she was nowhere near as pretty as Kendra. Nowhere near it. But she had the aura. We're not going to play with it. Homegirl that walked in had the aura. But she was nowhere near as pretty as Kendra. Kendra was the prettiest girl there. Not prettiest woman there. Not even like by far. And the reason why I say this is because it was like situations like this that made me realize just how beautiful my woman was that I was with. Because we looked at somebody that walked in, had the whole majestic energy going with her. But physically, it was not even, it was Kendra, a legitimate, factual, legitimate 8.5, 9. Real, anywhere on the planet. The lowest she's going to be is an 8.5, 9. Anywhere on the planet, I promise you. Like, she was in her prime. She asked me, basically, why was I attracted to her? Why? And I tried to explain, but she's not, I tried to explain, I go where God sends me. Like, I go where God sent me. When I first saw Kendra, I felt like God was talking to me. I went to try to scoop her. It didn't work. And then she came back and got my number. That made me feel like God has sent her for me. That in this moment, at this period of my life, that's who I'm supposed to be with. That's how that made me feel. When I first saw her, Like, she says I stared. But to me, it didn't feel that way. Not at all. It felt like it went past like that. But she said I was standing there just staring at her. And then I talked. But to me, it felt like it went like that. So I felt like God created this. And I still feel that way. Because I didn't know how to be a husband. And God sent me the perfect woman for me to learn, to teach me how to be a husband. I just did not know how to be a husband. So that's why I will always be grateful for Kendra. Always, to the day I die. And if I'm fortunate enough while I still live in this life to be able to find someone to be with, and I marry her, I promise you, I'm pretty sure Kendra got somebody. She's incredible. I want to invite Kendra to whatever wedding I have. Because I did not know how to be a husband before her. I had no idea. And now I know how to be a husband. And I miss it. I miss being a husband. I miss being a father, you know? I wasn't able to be with my daughter, but I was able to be with Kendra's daughters and raise them, help be around while they were being raised. Just, you know, I don't want to make it sound like I was doing anything much. I was just being a helping hand at most, just so we could be clear. So Kendra got 2 daughters, right? And I was dating her when they were extremely young. One of them, I think, one of them wasn't even in first grade yet, I don't think. I think she was like in kindergarten or something. And then when me and Kendra broke up, I think she was like in probably 4th grade or something, 3rd or 4th grade. But the point in which I'm trying to make is, I had no idea how to be a husband. I thought I did. You know, I had no idea. I'm getting the same type of energy in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't, as beautiful as Kendra was and is to this day, beautiful. Don't get this confused. I wasn't attracted to her because she was beautiful. I was attracted to her because God sent me there. I'm just fortunate that God sent me somewhere where it was a beautiful woman. God sent me there. That's it. That's why that's it. I don't know no other way to explain that. So shout out to the Most High. He knew I needed to learn how to be a husband. And even if I never have the opportunity to be a husband again, those are going to be literally some of the favorite years of my life. Those are just some of my best memories. I hope she's doing well. We're good friends. I try not to ask her about her personal life because we're never going to be back together. So I try not to ask her about her personal life. And we're pretty good friends. Hope she's doing well. I might call her today. See how she's doing. Might call her today. And text her. Shout out to the Most High. Glory be to God. Jesus is King. I loved being a husband. I loved the responsibility. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. You do know who I'm talking about. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out.
Hey! Is the noon train on time?
Supposed to be.
Feels like it's time.
Yeah.
So sorry. I just want to show you how real it is. So I just messaged Kendra just to say hi. Immediately back. Obviously, you can't see her information or her face. Immediately back. So, once again, good guy. I'm out.